Welcome to the David and Hillary Show, episode 49. This episode drops on New Year's Eve 2025, so tomorrow is next year.
Happy New Year. A
Today,
little early.
Today we're going to talk about resolutions, plans, hopes, and aspirations for the new year.
That's right. And so we want to know, what are yours? Do
Yeah.
you have any New Year's resolutions or goals for 2026? Share them with us. Our email is davidandhillaryshow@gmail.com. And we'll also put that in the description so
Yes.
you can access it there. But we want to hear from you.
We do. And we're also going to recap some of the highlights from this Christmas, including a fun game that you might even want to copy for your next Christmas party or for any party as far as
right.
that's concerned.
Yeah.
We'll dive into that when we come back.
All right, let's do this.
Well, we really did have a great Christmas season.
We really did. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It's such a good Christmas. I hope you did too.
We do hope that. What you may or may not know about us is we live in Tennessee, and our tradition for a very long time has been that we go to Michigan for Christmas because that's where a lot of our family is. And so as our kids have gotten older and gotten married, some years they go to Christmas up north with us, and some years they go to their in-laws, which are all over the place, but not in Michigan. And so this was one of those years. And so the way that we had Christmas with our local kids was that we had a celebration here in mid-December
Yeah.
with our local family.
I feel like that's maybe like the second year in a row that we've intentionally kind of all gotten together for a Christmas here.
Yeah.
And we're getting better at it every year.
Well,
Like, I'm having a lot of fun with it.
yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
As far as Christmas traditions go, and I'll try to be quick about this, but when I was growing up, we spent Christmas with my mother's parents, my grandma and grandpa Brown, every year, but they never lived in the same town as us. So like 4-hour trip was maybe the shortest that it ever was to get to their house. And I think there were a couple of years when it was as much as 17 hours one way to get to their house to do Christmas. And so Christmas for me has always been pack up the car, luggage, presents, and travel to be with family. And so having Christmas here with family is great because we don't have to go anywhere. And also, even when they do travel up there, we exchange gifts here, and then it's less to have to pack.
Right. Right. The packing was getting to be a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
But overall, I will say it's always great to go and see family and hang out and celebrate Christmas. And then it's always great to come home and kind of get back to quote unquote normal life because that's obviously what you have to do. So, yeah, we had a good trip. We celebrated with my family. We celebrated, Hillary, with your family. And we also had video calls with some of our family that doesn't live in Tennessee or Michigan. And so that was fun too, but it's a lot, you know. It's,
Can you imagine like what it was like before you could video call? Like, I mean, years ago you could call, right? Maybe just talk on the phone. But even before that, you couldn't call. It's no wonder there's all the songs written about, I'll be home for Christmas.
Right.
Because I want to see your face, you know.
Yeah.
And we're so blessed now to have technology. We could FaceTime with family pretty much anytime they're willing to look at our face.
Yeah. Right. Right. Well, I had just something on the tip of my tongue and I lost it.
I'm just thankful.
Well,
Yeah.
yes. But I always think it's funny. I've talked before on the podcast about how much we moved around growing up and how, you know, and again, family being in different places, you have to travel if you want to actually be with people. I've always thought that it was kind of weird to me and very interesting. The difference with people who settle somewhere and then they have kids, those kids grow up and stay near, and then they have kids and grow up and stay near, and then you've all these generations where everybody's lived within 5 or 10 miles or even 20 or 30 miles of each other, and that's just it. And when they have Christmas, they all get together, and you know, especially smaller families where everybody has one or maybe two kids, and you get a group of 6 or 8 people together, and you have Christmas for an hour, and it's done. And for us, it's like this whole week long thing. It just is like a very big thing to
Yeah.
see everyone and to celebrate with everyone. And yes, we are celebrating the birth of Jesus, but we're also celebrating our love for each other with exchanging gifts and just different traditions of hanging out and being together. We'll talk about one of those traditions here in a minute, but it's just interesting.
Well, if you travel that far, you're not going to get up the next day and go back, right?
Right.
You're gonna stay for a minute.
Yeah, we got to hang out.
That's
You
right.
know, there's a pizza place near your mom's. We always get pizza from
The
there,
best.
and there's just different traditions that we
Yeah.
have. So
We're not going home till somebody gets pizza.
that's right. That's right. Good pizza.
That's right.
Well, here is we did segments in a couple of our December episodes about gift buying tips and gift wrapping tips, and
Yep.
so here's what our living room looked like in Tennessee before we left. So that was our tree and our stockings. We had stockings for the kids. They're all adults now, and we've
I had to give them away.
given them their
Aw,
own stockings. And
they're
so
big kids now.
we just have the David and Hillary stockings by the TV now.
Yeah, and shout out to my mom for making all those stockings. Those
Oh,
are
yeah.
those are very large stockings that she knit for each person through
Yep.
the years. And as each baby was born, we would have a new baby. She would make a new stocking, and usually we would put the baby in the stocking to get that first Christmas picture.
Right, right.
Those are good memories. Thanks, Mom, for
Yeah.
all the stockings. We love them.
Yeah, they're super cool. So you can see mostly bagged gifts in the front, and the wrapped gifts are kind of tucked under and behind the tree. But that's what that looked like. And then we mentioned having Christmas with our local kids, and that included a dinner. One of the things that we picked up from my mom years ago was we would go there sometimes for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And she started, typical mom, great cook, loves to entertain. It's a whole production. And then the first year that we went there, and she served a major meal on paper plates.
Paper plates.
It was like
What is
mind
happening?
blown. What in the world?
Because it was always the good china.
Yeah.
We would always,
Yeah.
you would eat Thanksgiving on the good plates. But genius, because we were getting larger, it was getting more work.
A lot of people.
And really, what's the point? The point is to be together
Right.
and to have more time just having fun together. So
obviously they go in the trash instead
Yeah.
of the scraping the food off and the dishwasher and all of that. And so it made sense.
Yeah.
And we were out shopping this year and found some great Christmas plates and just bought them. So that's
let's do it.
That's what our table looked like. And then this is a close up of the centerpiece. That's a live wreath. You always want to get a live wreath every year.
Yeah, because our first married fight was about our tree. You wanted an artificial tree with colored lights.
Yes.
I-
Because, of course, that's the perfect tree.
And I, of course, wanted the perfect tree, which would be a real tree with white lights. You can vote in the comments.
Yeah.
And
Please do.
and so we settled that first year, and we said we would have an artificial tree with white lights.
Yep.
And I long for that pine scent. So every year I head over to Trader Joe's and I buy some of their beautiful centerpiece wreaths and their garland. Well, we didn't do garland. I'm thinking next year we're getting some garland.
Okay.
But yeah, and then you just decorated it with all those really cool pine cones and stuff from, again, Hobby Lobby. We should
Hobby
get
Lobby.
sponsored.
We should.
We should.
We buy a lot of stuff from them. They have great things for decorating.
Yeah.
So that was what the table looked like. And then we had a snack table. Here's an aerial bird's eye view. It's not a drone. That was just me. That's what the snack table looked like for stuff to munch on before dinner started. So that was fun. And then special treats for after. Hillary, you made the sugar cookies.
Yeah. I don't usually do this, but I was thinking if we're going to do the snowball game or the ice cream ball game,
Yes.
you got to have sugar cookies. That's what Aunt Jo always does. So I got myself together and made some cute little sugar cookies.
Yep.
They were good too.
Yeah. So the ice cream ball game. You mentioned it.
I did.
So what this is, years ago, when my family was living in Dover, Delaware. My dad pastored a church there, and we're talking about the mid 1970s.
Okay.
I'm not sure any of us have been able to pinpoint the exact year, but we learned this game from one of the families in the church, and we liked it, and we adopted it, and we've done it ever since. So pretty much 50 years.
Yeah.
We've been doing the ice cream ball game.
So you said mid 70s, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
So we did it here in Tennessee with our local kids, and then some of them prefer not to be on the internet. So I don't have any pictures for you of that, but we did it in Michigan as well. And here's Hillary with my dad, Ron McClung, and the ice cream balls. I'm responsible for the ice cream balls, or at least I was this year. I'm saying what you're seeing in that picture doesn't look that much like a spherical ball, but until you've tried to mold frozen ice cream with your hands,
Yeah.
yeah, you can save your criticisms for after you try it.
I think the ones you did here in Tennessee were more spherical.
Yeah,
They were more polished.
it's fun, and also like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Because
It's very cold.
It's very cold. So while the ice cream is still a little bit pliable, you put a birthday candle in there, and then you put them on a cookie sheet and stick them back in the freezer. So
Did you put them on the wax paper?
Well, we did that here. I claimed credit for making them, which I did, but this was actually, I think, in 50 years, the first year that I've made them.
Oh, yeah.
My dad always would make them.
Right.
That was kind of his thing. And so I made them here. And then when we were in Michigan, I was like, "Oh, Dad, I'll make them this year if it's okay with you. It's one less thing for you to do." So, but that's what you do. You make an ice cream ball. You try to make all of them about the same for however many people you're going to have. And you put a birthday candle in each one. Just put them on a cookie sheet and stick them back in the freezer. And
yeah.
So here's my niece Gracie and my sister-in-law Jessica with theirs,
And you see the cookies on the table. Like you gotta serve cookies with this.
This was in Michigan. Those are not your sugar cookies,
No.
but somebody made cookies for Christmas in general, but they have to be on the table for the ice cream ball game. Yes. And here's my brother in all his glory.
I think he's going to eat the flame. I'm not sure what's happening here.
My brother Michael, he's a great guy. So everybody's got, there's not a picture of me because I'm the one taking all the pictures. But next we have a video just to give you an idea. So here's Gracie, and you can see everybody's just kind of carefully scraping ice cream off of the outside edge of the ice cream ball. The idea of the game is to be the last one with your candle still burning. So I like peppermint ice cream. Through the years, most of the people in our family like it, and they eat the ice cream and try to leave the candle burning. If you don't love the ice cream, you can just kind of get it away from the candle.
Yeah.
And try to keep the candle burning. The other thing we did this year with our Tennessee kids is we knew some of them didn't like peppermint ice cream, so we made vanilla ice cream an option. So you really could use any ice cream, and you could do it any time of the year for any holiday or any special day or whatever.
This would be cute for Valentine's.
It would.
Yeah, it'd be really fun.
It would.
Birthday parties. Now, again, if you can notice in the videos that we have the lights off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that you got to have the atmosphere.
You got to wait until it's a little dark outside, but good news, that's 2:00. So you're great.
Yeah,
But,
it definitely comes earlier in the middle of winter.
Yeah, but it does work better if it's dark outside and you turn the lights off. It's very pretty.
Right. Well, in this next video, you'll see that, that's actually Hillary right there. And she apparently doesn't want to eat her ice cream. She's just trying to win the game.
I had so much sugar that day. I was like, I don't think I can do this. I physically don't think I can put 1 more ounce of sugar in my body.
That's funny.
I was having a great vacation. I was
Yeah.
eating anything I wanted.
Mhm.
So
Well, we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions
Yeah.
later, but that's probably why that comes right after Christmas.
yeah.
In our next video, this is my candle, and it just melted into this crazy blob.
Pro tip, don't use paper plates.
Oh, please. No,
Yeah.
they can catch on fire. We've actually seen that happen. So
Yeah.
paper plates are good for some things, but not the ice cream ball game.
Yep. These are glass.
Use glass or Corel or something that's not flammable. So Dad and Jessica, unfortunately for them, got out a little early this year. And
Yeah.
so here were the four of us that were still trying to keep our candles going. Yeah, in this next video, here's you trying to save your candle
Salvage it.
out of your swamp of ice cream. Oh, and there it went.
Oh, that
you
was
had
me.
you had so much liquid
Yeah.
on your plate. It was you tried to pull the candle out.
Yeah.
But
Got to get away from all that liquid.
that's right. That's right. Well, here's a still picture of Gracie. She's got her candle on the side of the plate away from the ice cream, and she's just willing it
To
to
stay lit.
not burn out. And then in this next video, we're going to be quiet, bless you, while Hillary sneezes.
Yeah.
And we're going to play the audio on the video.
Okay.
Here we go.
Sorcery.
That audio you need to keep in there.
Leave it alone, Gracie. He's just about gone.
No. No.
He's done. You won.
You won.
You won, Gracie. Yay, Gracie. All right.
First time ever.
First time ever. That's wonderful.
By
Congratulations.
seconds.
Wow.
Love it.
Wow.
All right. So there you see that the Michael and Gracie were at the end there, and Michael literally picked up his candle with a spoon and held it up away from everything, just letting that wick burn until all of the wax was completely gone. And Gracie won by just a couple seconds.
Yeah. First time ever.
First time for Gracie to win.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Gracie. So that's fun. And then you always kind of remember if you're the one to win. You got when
you
it
got
comes
the
back
bragging
around
rights.
next year, you're like, no, I mean, I won last year. So
Yeah. Have I ever won? I don't even know.
I don't know. I've won a couple times, handful of times, but
Maybe I won once in the 80s.
throughout in the 80s before you and I were together, before you knew about the ice cream game.
Yeah.
Well, here's a still picture of Gracie kind of celebrating. We don't really get prizes. The prize is bragging rights.
The bragging rights.
That's
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
So there she is. I mean,
Congratulations.
that's right. Good job, Gracie. So that's the ice cream ball game. Feel free to adapt it if you want to, use it for whatever holiday. But that's a Christmas tradition in the McClung family for about 50 years.
Yeah. And it's a
And,
fun one.
it's
We've done
fun.
it we did it with our friends here one year. We just
Yeah.
do it at Christmas.
I don't know who made the ice cream balls that time.
Maybe me. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, now that we're through Christmas and this episode's dropping on New Year's Eve,
Happy New Year. I'm
yeah,
going to keep practicing.
we want to talk about New Year's a little bit. I think, Hillary, you looked up some statistics for
I
us.
did. We were talking about New Year's resolutions, and that just got me thinking, I'm sure there's statistics on this somewhere. And so
Right.
I looked it up, and it did say that approximately 31 to 45% of Americans will make a New Year's resolution.
Okay, a little less than half.
Yeah. And I mean, maybe I guess maybe I thought it was a little higher than that, but they did say that the younger generation is actually more likely. They said approximately 43 to 58% of adults under 45 are going to make a resolution.
Okay.
So if you're younger, you're probably going to make one. If you are like 50, 65 and older, somewhere in that age range, only 14% of us are going to be making.
That's because we have
We
the
know.
experience to know, like, this does not work.
Yeah. And then overall, like as a trend, it's gone down a little bit. So it used to be like 37 to 45% of people would make a resolution. Overall, it's down
Okay.
like 30 to 31%. So
Well, when I say it doesn't work, I just mean, When I was a kid and I first heard about New Year's resolutions, I don't think my family really did it, but I heard about it from kids at school and
Yeah.
stuff, and they would be
Yeah,
like,
I think
"Oh,
me
you
too.
gotta
Yeah.
you gotta make a resolution. You gotta something that is an improvement in your life or whatever." And I mean, I was pretty young. And so, yeah, I just found out pretty quickly like you make some crazy resolution that there's no way you're going to keep, and then you
Yep.
don't keep it, and then you feel bad. And after 3 or 4 years of that, I was like, well, this is dumb.
Yeah.
Why am I making an unrealistic goal that is just going to make me feel bad? And so I quit doing it.
Well, it said that the initial drop off is about 23% of people quit within the very first week of January.
Well, and I think a big one is exercise, lose weight,
Right.
join a gym.
Right. Yep.
What was it they told you the one year?
Oh, well, let me just finish this real quick.
Okay.
They said that, again, you're right. 25% of the people are going to say exercising more. 23% overall just are going to be happy. I don't know how you measure that.
Okay.
22% eating healthier. 21% of people want to save more money.
Okay.
And 21% is just like an overall improving their physical health.
Okay.
And so, yeah. Well, and I was going to ask, you kind of already answered this, but like you said, it was probably at school where like you heard kids say what they were going to do. We didn't talk about this at our house. I don't remember like a big push to what's your New Year's resolution? Maybe I read about in magazines, right? It was probably on whatever teen magazine I was reading, and they're like,
Oh,
"Oh,
probably.
you got to make your New Year's resolution." But yeah, when we had a gym membership, and we were trying to go to the gym,
Yep.
and we noticed that in January we're like, "Oh my gosh, it's so crowded. Where are all these people?" And we realized, oh, they made their New Year's resolutions.
Yep.
And one of the ladies that worked there, she just was kind of quiet. She's like, "Don't worry, they'll all be gone in about 3 weeks." I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So it was just a little uncomfortable for 3 weeks.
Right.
And then they all left, and we're like, okay,
Oh, we got our space back.
This is better. This is what we were used to. So,
That's funny.
yeah. So as far as resolutions, are you going to make one this year?
No, I'm not gonna make a resolution per se. I'll circle back to that in just a second. But regarding New Year's, I wanted to share something that my dad, Pastor Ron, shared recently in one of his positive perspective articles that I thought was really good. And he said he didn't remember where he got it, so I can't credit anyone but him. But the quote was, "The new year lies before you like a spotless track of snow. Be careful how you tread it, for every step will show." I could tell I had to swallow, and thought I was going to get through it, but I didn't. The new year lies before you like a spotless track of snow. Be careful how you tread it, for every step will show. So I think that's a good, you can start a better habit or a change in your life or whatever at any time, but New Year's just seems like a good time.
It does.
You got to get a new calendar. If you're, I mean, everything's digital nowadays, but we always have a paper calendar up on the wall. It's the end of December. When you're in school, you have to, I don't write the date so much anymore, but you have to remember, it's a new year. It's not, I wrote 2025 all through every time there's a new month, you have to remember that. Now it's a whole new year, January 2026.
Yep.
And it's a big deal.
Did you
And
always
so-
struggle to remember to change the year?
Oh,
over
I was so
on your
proud.
school papers?
I was so proud that I didn't until I did. I mean, sooner or later, I would always forget.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, it's such a habit.
And as a perfectionist, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe. Of course, everything in grade school, everything's in pencil, and you have an eraser, and it's not a big deal. But
I love that picture of the spotless snow because it does feel like the new year is a time where you can just say goodbye to who you used to be, right? It's like a fresh start. It's like a new chance. Like I want to be better at whatever.
right,
And it feels like it's a great time to start that. When really you could start that any day.
yes,
But it just feels like maybe there's more energy at the new year to really do it.
yeah. Well, I am focusing on being intentional about trying to improve all the things in my life that I have the ability to improve.
Yep.
And I've been, thinking about that. And so, yeah, the new year is kind of a good time to think about that. I'm gonna talk at the end of the episode about, some practical things to keep in mind when you're thinking about resolutions or just goals in general. And so I'll save most of that that for when we kind of close out. But I've been thinking about my personal time with God, and I want to be just a little. We kind of do that together every morning, and I want to be a little more intentional about formalizing that a little bit more. I want to continue to work on the success of our landscaping company. You and I have talked about different projects in and around the house
Right.
that we want to work on in 2026. And so that's been, things to improve. We want to improve our house. We want to improve our podcast. We really enjoyed doing this. We're going to keep doing it. We want to make it better. And we want to increase the impact of our podcast. We'd like to have as many people as possible to find it and watch it. And so that's one of the things we wanted to ask you as our viewers, if you would be willing to help us. Our viewers, our listeners, we know some of you listen but don't watch, which is fine. But one way that you could help us in the new year is if you would be willing to look up one of your favorite episodes, whether it's this one or one of the ones from Advent or maybe something earlier in 2025, I don't know. But one that you really liked, if you could share one episode with one person, that would help us. That would increase the impact of our podcast. And we would love it if you'd be willing to help us with that in the new year.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll mention things like, "Oh, don't forget to like," or "Don't forget, maybe you could subscribe," and people will say, "I don't know how to do that," and that's totally understandable. If you are looking at the thumbnail on YouTube, just the picture of us,
Right.
there's 3 dots in the lower right hand corner, and if you just touch those 3 dots, then it will pop up some options. And then you just pick the arrow that says share. And once you touch that, then you have some options. You could share it on Facebook. You could share it in your text messaging to a friend. You could email it to somebody. There's lots of different ways that you can share it, but you just pick which one. And then from there, they typically will tell you, how
If
to do it from there.
I mean, if you text at all or email at all or are on Facebook at all, then, once you touch it, it's pretty self-explanatory what to do next. But yeah. And I don't know if we're going to have visuals on this, but to subscribe to the channel is generally not that hard. There's a button for that as well beneath. You have to go to our page to do that, right?
I guess we're going to have to look it up.
Yeah. We kind of talked about this and had some graphics ready that we're going to share with you, and that's now I'm going off script. So, but yeah,
Maybe we'll talk about that next time.
whatever you can do to like, subscribe, that really does help the algorithm, and it helps us increase our impact as the David and Hillary Show. And if you're enjoying it, we would just love it if you could help us with that. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you in advance. So Hillary,
Yeah.
what about you? Are you going to do resolutions this year?
I don't remember the last time I ever made a resolution, because they just don't work for me.
Right.
In the beginning, I think I was pretty determined. I would have been the one I'm gonna exercise every day. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this, and I would set so many and set such high standards. There was no way that was gonna happen.
Right.
Because, and honestly, January, what a horrible time to make exercise. It's dark. It's cold. I don't do well in the cold. I don't do well in the dark. That's just doomed to fail. Or exercise or hot chocolate, watching a movie. I'm going to pick the hot chocolate every time. But what I did learn about myself, And I really give credit to some of our friends. They are personal trainers,
Yep.
and they were amazing. Like I really admired a lot of things about their life. And they could have said, you've got to do this and this and this and this and this. They never did that.
Right.
They would always just say, just pick one small thing and focus
Yeah.
on that. I was like, what? A small thing? I can do a small thing.
Yeah.
And so and they would say, and don't really move on until you kind of get that small thing done. And so baby steps. I am all about the baby steps. And they seem to work for me. A long time ago, one of the baby steps that I tried to do was to drink more water. And I just would try. It's not perfect. And I'm not even going to say I'll only drink water. But I try to just make that more of a priority.
I can attest that you have accomplished that.
I drink a lot of water.
She drinks a lot of water.
Yeah. And I drink, I started a while ago trying to not eat as much chocolate. I love chocolate. And to not drink as much caffeine. That took a lot of time for me to do that because those were some of my favorite things.
Yeah.
But as I realized they actually made me not feel very good, it got easier and easier and easier to accomplish that.
Right.
And so now, I don't eat a lot of chocolate. I don't drink a lot of caffeine at all, even
Right.
decaffeinated things. I'm trying to make baby steps. And this has been years that I've been working on this. So it's not fast,
Yep.
but it is pretty successful where I can honestly say I don't remember one resolution that ever succeeded for me.
Yeah.
Not one.
As far as a life-changing long-term success.
Right.
Yeah.
One thing that I really do like is taking the new year. Our church is going to do a 3-week fast.
Yep.
And even before our church ever did that, there was another church that I would watch online, and they would always do a 21-day fast. And you know that I did that several years in a row with them.
Yeah.
I like to take the first of the year to just get quiet, to go before the Lord, and just to listen. Because we do have a relationship with Jesus.
Yep.
And I do want to hear his voice. And I could set all the resolutions in the world that I want to set, but maybe none of those line up with what he would want for me this year.
Yeah.
And so that's probably what whether we fast from food or fast from other kinds of things that are just noise in our life, I will be looking forward to getting with him in a special way in these first few weeks of January. We also have friends that like to do, they listen for a word
Yep.
from the Lord. Maybe not a resolution, but they'll ask the Lord, what word do you have for us this year? And then they kind of follow that theme,
Focus on that.
right? And what
Excuse
that
me.
means for their family.
Yeah.
I like that too. I like that.
Can you give an example?
One year, our friend heard the word travel. And so they were just kind of like on the lookout and anticipating that might be a year of travel for their family.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if that was the year their son joined a traveling sports team or if that was the year they moved, but they did travel
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
I've never seen that word not come true for her. So
Yeah.
it's been really
So it's
interesting.
not something that she just picks willy-nilly. She really
Right.
tries to hear from the Lord as to what her word is.
And she starts in the fall. She starts praying and listening in the fall for the word that the Lord has for her in the new year.
Yeah.
So I like that.
Well, is there anything else before I head to the closing remarks?
When you mentioned your list of the things that you're going to be praying about, I like that. We didn't really share that beforehand, but that was my list too.
Yeah.
Work, family, our friends, the podcast,
Yep.
the house and the garden, just basically all the things that touch our life. I want to be intentional about asking the Lord, what did we do well last year?
Yeah.
What was he pleased with? What is maybe a baby step that we could take this year in all those things? And again, all about the baby steps. They seem very doable and they seem to stick around.
Right.
So that's my encouragement.
Right. Well, as we head into 2026, if you're thinking about resolutions or goals or whatever, here are just some tips that we've picked up in our own lives. Just kind of a summary of some of what we talked about. There might be one or two things in here that we did that are just on this list, but first of all, seek direction from the Lord. So, it's easy to think, well, I don't need to seek the Lord on every single thing. And maybe you're not a believer, so maybe you feel like that doesn't apply to you. But for those of you who consider yourselves Christians or followers of God, that to seek out what goals He might have for you for this year, a word for you or a goal that you could pursue and be intentional about in this new year. Make sure that when you're setting goals, you set reasonable goals. As Hillary mentioned earlier, you set these big, grand goals, and they're complicated and they're like grand. And then when you mess up even the one time, you just feel like a big failure, and that's not really helpful.
I think too, if you set a big one and then you fail, you feel like quitting.
Yes.
If you're setting baby steps and you fail, it's okay. Just start again tomorrow with the baby step. It doesn't feel like such a big failure if you're doing little steps.
Well, that was my next point, was to understand that progress has ups and downs.
Yeah.
And so you set goals, but if your progress on the goal looks like this, where you have, I can't do this and talk in the mic at the same time. You're going to have ups and downs, but hopefully overall it's more up, and you are making progress. But some days or even some weeks might not feel like it because you slip back or whatever, things happen, and you're like, I can't even focus on that right now because I've got this other stuff. That's okay. That happens. But don't give up when your journey isn't perfect. Especially if you have a perfectionistic personality, you kind of go, oh, well, I was supposed to do that and I didn't do it. Now I just can't do it.
That's
you
right.
can pick it back up.
Yep. Start again.
Pick it back up and go again and celebrate the small victories. And so, we've said this 3 or 4 different ways, but the last thing I had down here was just don't give up. So if it's a worthwhile goal, just don't give up. And wherever you're at with it, pick it back up and
try it again.
Go at it again. And maybe keep asking the Lord, how do I address this a little differently so that I can maybe have a better result?
Mm-hmm. And if you seek Him first, you're going to be less likely to be chasing things He didn't really intend for you to chase.
That's
anyway.
right.
He loves you the most. He knows you the most. Ask Him. Ask Him what He wants you to work on.
Exactly. Well, we're looking forward to having a fantastic 2026, and we look forward to sharing it with you every week right here on the David and Hillary Show. We hope that you'll do that, and we'll see you next year, which is actually next week.
Yay. See ya.